Well, you began by saying that the CLT is moving away from ranking, but I don't know that I got a full explanation of the why behind the what. Could you help me understand why CLT is changing?
Yeah. I think we heard good feedback, right? And we had schools that were certainly excited about the recognition. And it's part, of course, the reason why we wanted to feature you first, right? Because you certainly, were in a way, right, benefiting from the recognition on the school rankings. But since day one, we've also heard from a lot of schools that had concerns that felt like you guys are these rankings are purely based on a test score, and that's really not in line with classical, right? And there's so much more that goes into it, and is it potentially incentivizing the wrong things, right? And that's, I think, why I asked you the question on what did you do to prepare for it, right? Because our hope and understanding was that there actually wouldn't be much change, but talking to some schools, they just felt like it potentially incentivizes the wrong things, or it recognizes the wrong things. And at the end of the day, Mike, we want to highlight schools. I think we're blessed with a platform now, right, at CLT, and highlight all the great work that our schools are doing. And we felt like, maybe doing rankings and having schools, quote unquote, compete against one another just based on the result of a test score is not the best way to do that. So we thought deeply about that, prayed about that, and felt like, moving away from the rankings, but while still kind of highlighting and using our marketing channels to make sure we can promote and put schools on a pedestal that deserves to be recognized, and therefore, the new series on that.
Okay, so is this the new series of podcasts and interviews? Is that the
That's exactly
replacement?
right. So
Okay,
Mars Hill is
great.
the very first school to get recognized
Well,
in
we're
January
honored.
of
Thank you for.
26. And then every month, we're going to highlight a new school, do some interviews with them, some blog posts, and who knows? Who knows? I mean, I'm dreaming big here. It might, maybe we can have a monthly Catholic school feature, and charter school, and Christian school, and I think anything that we can do to use our channels to let families know about all the great work that is happening across the country, right? I think the thing that we hear so much, Mike, is from schools that say we feel kind of isolated. We feel a little bit insular, right?
Mhm.
And we're surrounded by district schools. We're surrounded by folks that are, like you said, that are not rowing in the same direction. And I think sometimes, just hearing from you and what you've built at Mars Hill, and how you approach things, I think the oral examination, I hope that you hear from some schools saying, hey, how can we do that? you know I think that's a really exciting project for us.
Great.